think of it now as being more related to what's happening in technology and AI, and it will benefit dramatically. And the cycle part of Bitcoin to me is over. The adoption stage is where we are. So I believe, and I've said this, and I still believe it even for this year,
Yes.
that Bitcoin will be the second biggest asset in the world by the end of this year. So it will surpass silver. It's slightly behind it now. It will surpass the Mag 7. It will surpass Saudi Aramco. And it'll be just behind gold. And the reason is what you asked, which is I think people have to realize that at some point, thinking of it as a new asset that was less than $1 trillion, it isn't a small asset anymore. When you say it's the second biggest asset in the world, that means it's reached a status that, like I wrote a piece yesterday where I basically said it's already reached the point where you guys have to accept it as an asset. Now, the problem is, and what I don't think people realize, traditional finance is more heavily involved in this than ever before, but they don't own it. They short it, and they short it as a reason. As someone, if I was trading a portfolio right now and I wanted to hedge my entire portfolio, I need liquid beta shorts. Well, you can short futures, you can get involved in Bitcoin, and I think people underestimate the impact that that has, that macro hedge funds that believe that we're in 2022. They're not shorting Bitcoin because they believe it should go down. They're shorting it because it's just one of the shorts they have in their portfolio, but it's liquid. They can trade it all the time. And I think more and more that's becoming part of it. Is there is a big short base that gets correlated to stock. So this year, the first quarter, Bitcoin outperformed the Mag 7 by 7%. The Mag 7 underperformed Bitcoin the last 2 years by 24% and 32%. So that means in a bull market, Bitcoin outperformed the Magnificent Seven. And so far this year, the Magnificent Seven have underperformed Bitcoin by 7%. That's the way that I measure it for this year. I've been looking at that chart and saying that this will be the year that it gets accepted as the true AI asset that is the largest asset in the world.
Is it the true AI asset?
Yes, I believe Bitcoin's ultimate strength is AI. That I've called it the purest AI trade. It's just that people have a hard time accepting it because they don't understand what I mean. And I literally wrote a Substack on this yesterday
What do you mean?
to introduce people. What I mean is this. So AI is a disruptive force that is it will destroy all modes of businesses. So if someone comes up with an idea and they create an idea and that idea becomes a company and that company starts to move ahead of other companies and they're gaining brand and they have a moat now and then they buy up all their competitors, that's the world that we were in. In a world of AI, there's infinite competition. We've had the democratization of intelligence, which means free intelligence. We've given it to everyone in the world, which means we're going to have a rise of entrepreneurship from people in Brazil, where I lived, in Indonesia, in Thailand, in Nigeria, and they are hungry and they want to compete and they will compete. And you can build things and copy things very, very quickly with artificial intelligence already today. And like you said at the beginning, it's changing so rapidly that it gives people tools where you just speak into an app and it copies the app that you're using. And that means that company just lost revenue and you're not paying anyone for it because you built it yourself. That is what is happening. And what that means is you have to find something that has a moat. And I've said publicly, I'll say it again and again, there's only two moats that I know of aside from Bitcoin. So Bitcoin to me has earned the moat status. It is accepted. It is a story. It is the only place in crypto where people every level go, yeah, that if I was going to invest in any, I'd invest in that. I'd be there. Gold and religion are the only other ones. And when you get to that level, if you're the thing that won't be destroyed, as AI accelerates and companies and the way the fiat system has been built on, which is ideas turn into money and that money gets redistributed in exchange around the globe, the digital economy will grow and AI will destroy all companies in its path. And the bigger you are, the more vulnerable you are. Bitcoin is the only big asset that's not vulnerable.